Hi, it's Debbie from Readings with Debbie, and in today's video I wanted to show you a new oracle card deck that I got, tell you all about it, and then I think we'll do a little 3-card reading at the end. So I think I'm going to do a series on this and showcase a bunch of different decks because I believe that everybody can read cards with enough practice. I don't think it's something that just the special few can do. If you're watching this and you're interested in reading cards but you've never done it before, I completely believe that you can do it. So I'm going to be doing different videos on the different decks that I've got, and you can see up there that I've got quite a few, and that's just some of them there. So I'll be showing you all of these different decks. I tend to buy quite a lot of different decks as well, quite regularly, so these videos will be quite regular as well. Okay, so the first deck I want to showcase is this beauty. So it's called A Yogic Path by Sahara Rose. And I don't know if you can tell, but it's quite a lot bigger than a normal deck. This is the size of a normal deck. So this is like a special gift box for it, I think, like a special edition of it. I found it in TK Maxx. If you go in TK Maxx right now, there's loads of oracle decks in there, so it can be a really good place to get decks for a really good price. So that's where I found it. I think according to the guidebook, it was published in 2019, so it's already been around for 5 years in various forms. I have a feeling that this box hasn't been around for too long. But yeah, we can see from the box that the artwork is going to be stunning. Like, love these flowers here, the gold as well. And then we've got the end of the box, and then the back showing some of the different cards as well. And it's just really, really pretty. And I wasn't surprised when I saw that the deck illustrator was Danielle Noel. Now, she has illustrated a lot of other decks, primarily by Rebecca Campbell, who has decks like Work Your Light and Starseeds. And I think she's illustrated 4 decks for her. Danielle Noel has also created some of her own decks, the Star Child Tarot and the Moon Child Tarot. And there's also a book of tarot, a guide for modern mystics, which I also have, which is gorgeous. So I absolutely love the artist. The author of the deck, she hosts a spirituality podcast called the Higher Self Podcast. This is Sahara Rose. And she's written some books as well, Eat, Feel Fresh and Idiot's Guide to Ayurveda. Okay, so she is into like the Indian spirituality, the Indian mysticism, hence the yogic deck. And it's steeped in the wisdom of the Vedas. And I know that they're ancient scripts, ancient Indian scripts. So it says it's an ancient yet visionary deck, which is a tool to access your yogic intuition. They provide insight into the present and guidance for the future, connecting you and your inner wisdom and unlocking a deeper understanding of self. Okay, so I can't wait to use these. And it also has on the back, it shows you what's inside. So we have the keepsake box, then that comes off like this. Then we have the main box underneath, which is white and gold with these gorgeous mandalas on it. So then we open that up and we have this gorgeous not hard-backed, but it's a much bigger version of a typical guidebook that comes with an oracle deck. And then we have the actual deck, which is a normal size. And it's pretty much decorated like the main box, but it is just absolutely gorgeous. So let's open the cards. Just gorgeous inside there. And here we go. May these cards bridge you to your higher self. Love that. I'm taking notes because I'm creating my own business oracle deck, and I'm really taking in a lot of the features of these decks to see what I can incorporate in mine. And then we have the cards. So this is the back of the card, which is obviously gorgeous with that gold leaf on there, and the flowers. And this is the type of artwork we have. So obviously very much steeped in Indian spirituality with the goddesses and gods, the statues. Yeah, really, really beautiful. I'll just show you a couple more. Love the colours on that one. Yeah, so these are just absolutely gorgeous. And I think, I don't know if you're like me, but I'm getting back into yoga. So I feel like a deck with a yoga theme would be really good for me to use right now. And I'm interested in learning more about Indian mysticism and spirituality. So I feel like this is going to be a really good deck to do that. They are here to help you access yogic intuition and teach us about the wisdom of the Vedas, which are ancient religious scriptures. And the deck is apparently split into 5 sections. So we have spirituality, Ayurveda, chakras, yoga, and deities. So the contents are arranged like that in terms of the different groups of cards. Then you've also got alphabetical contents, which I think is a really good idea to have, because I think sometimes it's easier to have an alphabetical guidebook, but often the cards don't work like that. They need to be grouped. So I think having both in there is a really good idea. And then we have an introduction, which is all about how the cards work, understanding the deck, which is explaining the different groups of cards, asking questions, so how you can use the deck to ask the cards questions to get guidance, and then how to work with the cards, how to prepare the deck, and how to use them to do a reading as well. And then we have a full colour picture of every card with the guidance. The guidance comes upright and reversed, so it's a little bit like tarot in that the cards have reversed meanings. If they fall or jump out reversed, you can actually read the reversed meaning, and this is more of a shadow meaning. Often it'll be coming up with some sort of shadow work or work that needs to be done if the card comes out reversed. So it says that the cards are here to illuminate your path. They don't give all the answers, but they allow us time for introspection to find our own truth, which I think is great, because we should be the ones finding the answers in ourselves, and the cards are just tools to help with that. And it's important when you get a new deck to welcome the deck in, so you can put that on an altar. Some people sleep with it under their pillow. I have done that sometimes. Put a crystal on top of it, and you can create a ritual where you could use sage, Palo Santo to clear the energy of the deck, create a little ritual to connect with it, light some candles, all of that kind of thing. The cards use Sanskrit terms to educate us more about that. So we've got Svadhyaya there. Trying to find ones that are easy to read. Sita, Pitta, which I know is part of Ayurveda. Sahasrara. So it's a really good way to learn about all of that Indian spirituality if you're interested in that. And yeah, I think one of the big things about this is the Vedas, the ancient scriptures from 5,000 years ago. And this is the knowledge that was channeled by the sages, the wise men at this time. And I think this is a theme that runs through the whole deck. So just going back to the groups of the cards. So we have the spirituality group. So in the spirituality section, we can learn more about our dharma, our life purpose, and karma as well, and how that works. Then we have the Ayurveda group of cards, which is a sister science to yoga, and it's all about the mind-body connection. And it includes things like nutrition, self-care, herbs, the seasons, and it's based on the doshas Vata, Pitta and Kapha, which we can find out which one we are. Often there's an online quiz you can take to figure out which body type we are and how best to keep our body in optimal health. And we also have the yoga section. And that reminds us that yoga isn't all about the postures. It's actually about the breath, and the postures came in to help with the breath. The postures are usually called asanas, and there are many different types of yoga. You may have tried some different types, and they are generally all mentioned in this deck with a card for each type. Like we have Kundalini, Tantra, Pranayama, that kind of thing. And then we have a chakras section, which looks into each of the 7 chakras and gives us information on those. And then finally, we've got a deity section, which are cards for the different gods and goddesses of Indian culture, so we can learn more about them as well. Now, in terms of how to use this deck, the guidebook tells us that it's best to ask questions when we're shuffling the cards and we're looking for guidance, and that generally goes for when you're looking for guidance from any card deck. Whenever I'm shuffling, I'm generally asking a specific question before I pull a card. But it says that with this deck, it's best to ask what or how questions, such as, what should I do about a specific situation? What's the lesson? How can I open up to receive? That kind of thing. And she emphasizes the importance of really setting the environment when you work with the cards. So candles, aromatherapy, meditation, breath work, and setting an intention before you use the deck. And she says that there's different ways you can pull the cards. You can spread them out and see if you're drawn to one, or you can do the shuffle and see if anything jumps out or sticks out, and that generally tends to be the message. You can also take the card and apparently hold it to your heart like this in prayer and see if you can pick up on anything before you look at the actual card, see if you get any images, words, that kind of thing. And then what you can do is go to the guidebook and find the meaning that you're looking for. And again, just reiterating that there are upright and reverse meanings of this card as well. So it's important which way they come out because they have different meanings. So yeah, it is just absolutely lovely. And I thought I'd finish this little look at this deck by doing a little 3-card reading for us. And this is going to be a timeless reading. So anytime you watch this video, this is going to be relevant to you. So I thought we could ask some general questions. So I am just going to start with, I've already cleansed this deck. I've had it for about a week actually. So I've done cleansing with it and welcomed in the deck properly. So I'm just going to start by asking, can we have a general message at this time? Can we just have a general message for anybody that's still watching, that's got to the end of this? And can I just have one card, please? Can I just get one card, please? Whoa. Okay, interesting. So we got the card of tapas, which isn't the Spanish food, I'm sure, but it's a really gorgeous card. So this is in the yoga section of the cards. And it is about self-discipline. And it came out upright, so I'm going to look at the upright meaning. And it's saying, you've gotten where you are because of your discipline, which is another word for tapas. And this will continue to take you where you need to go. Discipline can often sound like a heavy word, but it's really just committing to being the highest version of yourself. The next evolvement, the next evolution will require refinement of your inner strength. You're undergoing a deep transformation, stepping outside your comfort zone, gaining strength and moving through fear. Now is the time to ask yourself the important questions. What practices should I commit to? Is my daily routine serving me? How can I improve it? Where do I need to set boundaries in my life to further align with my truth? Am I showing up for myself the way I would for a friend or child? So I really like that message. It's talking about us going through deep transformation at this time and daily practices that can help us feel our best as well. Having a morning routine, an evening routine, that kind of thing. So I feel like this is just a reminder to really make sure that we're doing the self-care. We are doing these practices and staying disciplined as we move forward on our path. For the second question, I'm going to ask, how can we do that? How can we stay disciplined? How can we keep going and look after ourselves to get to where we want to be? So how can we stay disciplined, please? Can we get a card? Oh. And we have Asana with the bird symbolism in there. So Asana, I mentioned, was is a name for the yoga poses. So we have the card Asana, which is physical practice to sit in stillness. So I feel like this is interesting because it's telling us to achieve that discipline we need to evolve and transform. It's about sitting in stillness, meditation, that kind of thing. It says your physical body holds the key to your evolution, but it's just the first portal. The asana, the yoga body poses, help you to prepare to sit in stillness with the truth. These shapes and movements remove the cobwebs of our limiting self and create space for silence in our mind. The asanas, the yoga poses like the downward dog, the tree, all of those poses are just a way of coming face to face with our true self. And it says, continue to cultivate practices and move deeper into your practices. And I think this is talking about yoga in particular. If you do yoga, continue to explore different areas of yoga, different practices. If you're not doing yoga, maybe look into doing it to help you to evolve. And it says the core purpose of practicing yoga is the flow of energy into the body for the evolution of the spirit. So I really like that because that was giving us quite clear guidance on how to achieve that discipline that we need to evolve. And I definitely feel like it was clear in saying sitting in stillness, yoga, meditation, those things. I feel like for the third and final card, I want to ask an abundance question, a manifestation question, because so many of us are on this path to fulfilling our purpose, to being our highest self possible in this lifetime. And a lot of that involves manifesting what we need for that, such as more time, more freedom, more material abundance, that kind of thing. So I'm going to ask, can we get some guidance on how to manifest more abundance at this time? Interesting, we got asana again. So I really feel like it's pushing that message of the yoga, the poses, the stillness, the meditation. But I'm going to ask for one more, just a little bit more guidance. How can anyone watching this manifest more and we have Prana, which is gorgeous. It's almost like she's in like a butterfly state, like metamorphosis, transformation in the pose there. And I know that Prana is about the breath before I even look at the book. So this is definitely linking into the breath and how important it is. So let's see what it's talking about. So yeah, the vital life force of the breath and the importance of the breath. So when it says, when we are doing things to focus on the breath, like breath work, like yoga, those things, it helps us with our life force. The breath means that energy flows throughout our body easily, and it can help us be at one with source. And it says you are in control of your breath and utilize it to move life force around you, bringing mind, body, and spirit into balance. Continue to breathe into the light that exists within you, because this is your connection to universal pranic energy. So I really like that it's talking about something practical that we can do to manifest more abundance. We can easily find breathing exercises on YouTube, breathwork sessions, all of those things. And I feel like if you're wanting to manifest more abundance at this time, it's pointing us in the direction of that. I'm also going to look at the reverse meaning of this to see if there's any other guidance on anything that we could be doing better regarding this. And it's saying, really think about your breath at this time. Is it shallow, quick, and contained, rather than deep, slow, and expansive? And it's saying this is what is blocking prana from moving through your body. Your breath is a signal of how you're feeling. And when you breathe quickly and shallow breaths, you're signaling to your body that you're in danger. Simply by breathing more deeply into the belly, you're calming down your nervous system and allowing more positive thoughts to come through. Transform your breath and you will transform your life. So I absolutely love that guidance because it's so specific and practical. I think it might be easy to think with a yogic deck that it could be very pie in the sky and like very conceptual, but I feel like that just gave us some really practical guidance there. In terms of the general message of self-discipline, a Tapa card. And then we asked, how can I practically do that? And we got asana with the yoga poses or sitting in meditation. And then how to manifest abundance, work with the breath. And we also got this card jumping out again, which I think is a double message about us committing to do meditation, to sit in stillness, and to do the yoga poses as well. I normally do yoga with Adrian on YouTube, just because I haven't found a class recently that I wanted to go to, but I think it is really nice to practice with a class if you can do that. But I really hoped that that reading was helpful. I hoped you liked seeing that deck. Maybe you feel guided to get that deck for yourself. I think if you have a yoga practice or thinking about starting one, I think this is a really nice deck to have. So yeah, let me know what you think. Let me know if you have it, what you thought of the reading, if it resonated for you. Yeah, but thanks for watching. Like, comment, as I said, subscribe if you want more of this type of content where I'm talking about different card decks, and I'll see you in the next video.